right, a couple of quick things about storing your pieces before firing. There are shelves back here in the room between the pottery room and the kiln room. The shelves in here are marked for two different things. So there is first firing shelves and there is second firing shelves. Everything has to be fired at least twice to go through. Once to get to the pink stage, which is the bisque stage, a bisque firing. The bisque stage is when it gets to be hard and it turns from kind of more of the clay to more stone almost. So that is the first firing shelves. And then the second firing shelves is after it's come out of the first firing, then you put the glaze on it, glaze coating, and then you put it on there and it goes into the kiln again. When you bring your pieces back to be fired, the first firing, make sure that they're absolutely dry. They should have sat in your shelf for at least a week outside of a bag to make sure that they are dry. The way that you can tell that is to feel the bottom and then feel the sides. And if the bottom is more cold than the side is, or you can actually feel the water in it, that means it's not dry yet. If you are not sure about whether or not the piece is ready to come back, you can check with me. I will happily take a feel and see what I think. But in general, it's about a week outside of a bag before it can be brought back here. Don't put it back here quicker than that. Make sure that you are taking care of your own pieces. The thing that can happen is if it gets back here too early, it can go into the kiln without us knowing it, and then it will basically explode in there. Not a huge explosion, just a pile of rubble that you'll get back, but the moisture gets trapped in there, and when it heats up, it causes it to kind of blow up. So only back here when they're totally dry. Make sure that you look at, there's a big pink sign here that says please organize your clay according to height. The heights are on the tape on the side here, so double check. It's to the top of the tape where it's measured. So when you set it down, you can see whether or not this is quite a bit lower than this, but I can check the next one down and see, and it's pretty close to that. So this one, I just want to check the highest side, and I think it's okay. So when you figure out what height you can put it on for firing, make sure that you push your piece to the back. Don't let it sit out front because of a couple of things. Other people need to get theirs figured out what size it is, and then also if someone else puts something in after you, they have to reach over top of yours, which will possibly break it. So please make sure that you push them back in and get them into the correct spot.